Welcome to Happy Tales. This project is more than just a test. It's our way of making a small but powerful difference in the lives of animals in need. We're here to help Refugio Patitas de la Calle, a shelter that tirelessly cares for stray dogs. In El Salvador, the problem is significant, with more animals needing help to than shelter can handle. We learned that, sadly, without place like Patitas de la Calle, many animals will suffer without the care they deserve. By joining forces with this shelter, we hope to create real change, even if it's or one animal at a time.
The need for the shelter, like Patitas de la Calle, is a number because they not only offer a house but also help the control to strange populations, strong essential action like sterilization. Sterilization prevents wanted and the virus and the help reduces the number of the animal on the street. May shelter specialty in Salvador. Operative wings and the virus to no government support relies entirely of donations and volunteers.
Supporting these shelters goes beyond just giving resources. It's about raising awareness. Simple actions like adopting instead of buying, donating to shelters, and being responsible pet owners can prevent animals from ending up on the streets. When we work together, we protect animals and create safer communities. So even if each step seems small, it's all part of a bigger effort. Currently, the situation with the stray dogs is very concerning. Many people try to help by rescuing or adopting dogs, but the problem keeps growing instead of improving. This is mainly because there are not sterilization programs. Dogs owners often don't sterilize their pets, and stray dogs continue to reproduce on the streets. Without proper control, the number of stray dogs keeps increasing, which is very worrying. Most of the dogs we take care of are fully stray. We find them in terrible conditions, sometimes at the brink of death. However, there are cases where it's clear that the dog had an owner but was abandoned because it was sick or injured. But in general, most of the dogs we rescue have always been strays and have never had a home. We always stay with them and help them as much as possible. For example, there is a dog we have now at the vet. She was hit by a car and her leg was severely damaged and necrotic. She was very close to dying, but we gave her a few more days and provided intravenous treatments to help her recover. Many people suggested euthanizing her because they thought she couldn't be saved, but we decided to give her a chance. Thankfully, she made it, even though not all of them do. Some dogs are too weak and their bodies give out, but we do everything we can for them. The majority of the dogs we rescue recover. Almost all of them are available for adoption, from puppies to elderly dogs, including those with special needs like nursing mothers or disabled dogs. We always try to find lovely homes for them. The biggest challenge is maintaining the shelter, especially financially. Taking care of 140 dogs is very expensive. Just covering vet visits, feeding them, paying staff, and paying for rent and utilities is a huge responsibility. Recently, we even hired a vet to help in the morning, but we can't afford a full time vet. Raising enough funds to cover all these costs is the hardest part. Unfortunately, we don't receive support from the government or the local municipality. Most of the help comes from individuals through social media. We have around 20 sponsors who donate monthly to help with food, medical bills, and staff salaries. Some people also donate occasionally, but we constantly need to find ways to fund the shelter. Yes, we organize events to raise funds like dinners, raffles, and sell items like mugs and t shirts. These events help us recollect money to cover the shelter expenses. First, we deworm them because many of them have parasites. They often have large wounds, mites, and anemia, so we start with treatments for these conditions. We also give them vitamins and fluids to help them regain strength. Each dog needs are different, but we do our best to give them the care they need and they deserve to recover. Yes, we give them names. For example, there is a dog named Cora who is very old and has lost most of her teeth. Because of her condition, she looks much older than she really is. Yes, there was a dog we rescued in terrible condition, almost at the point of dying. We worked for months to help him recover. A woman from the United States saw his photo and immediately fell in love with him. She decided to adopt him, and when he was fully recovered, she came all the way to Salvador to take him home. Now he lives happily with her and is a great reminder of why we do this. Sterilization is crucial because it helps reduce the number of stray dogs. Without sterilization, dogs continue to reproduce, leading to more abandoned puppies and sick animals on the streets. If we focus on sterilization, the problem can be controlled, but it requires everyone to act responsibly. My name is Claudia Iraeta, and I've been running this shelter for around 7.5 years. It started because I always loved animals since I was a child. My parents taught me to take care of them. Seeing so many stray dogs in terrible conditions made me want to help them. I started small, rescuing just 3 dogs. Over time, the number grew, and I had to make the shelter public because I couldn't cover the cost on my own. Not yet, but we have to establish partnership with vets who share our mission. It will be amazing if vets could donate services or treatments for these dogs because the shelter doesn't make any profit. It's all about helping the animals. We invite to everyone to support shelters like ours. Every donation, no matter how small, helps us care for these animals. We are very transparent with the donations we receive, and we share receipts to show how the money is used. The needs are constant, and it is not easy, but we do it with love. Thank you to everyone who supports us and helps these wonderful beings. As part of our social responsibility project, our group decided to support a local animal shelter called Patitas de la Calle. This decision was inspired by their remarkable work caring for the stray dogs, offering them a safe space and helping them find new homes. From the beginning, we were moved by their dedication and wanted to contribute in any way possible. Our first step was to meet with Claudia, the shelter's founder. During our visit, we had the chance to meet the dogs. She lovingly calls them her kids. As soon as we arrived, many of them ran to greet her with joy. It was heartwarming to see how well she cared for them. Currently, the shelter has around 140 dogs, ranging from newborn puppies to elderly or disabled dogs. Some have special needs such as amputated limbs or ongoing medical conditions. Claudia shared her story with us. The shelter was founded 7 years ago, driven by her love for animals and her desire to help strays. What began as a small personal effort grew into a public initiative. However, running the shelter comes with challenges, especially limited space and resources. Despite these obstacles, Claudia and her team, one veterinarian and 3 helpers, work tirelessly to provide the dogs with food, medical care, and attention. One of the main needs Claudia highlighted was sterilization. It prevents overpopulation and helps reduce stress among the dogs, especially when females are in heat. She explained that sterilizing female dogs increases their chances of adoption since families often prefer them when this process is complete. After learning about the shelter's work, we were inspired to take action. We organized a fundraising campaign which included a raffle for a $10 gift card. We involved students from several universities departments, including English, Business Administration, and Early Childhood Education. To spread awareness, our goal was not only to raise funds, but also to educate others about the importance of animal welfare and responsible pet ownership. Finally, the day came to deliver the donations. Early in the morning, our group went to the shelters to meet Claudia and the dogs again. During our visit, we held a live video on social media to announce the raffle winner and share updates with our supporters. Thanks to everyone's generosity, we were able to cover the cost of one sterilization, purchase cleaning supplies, and contribute to the shelter's medical and operational expenses. Personally, this experience was deeply fulfilling. As a team, we were proud to have made a difference for the shelter and its dogs. On behalf of my group, I want to thank everyone who contributed, especially the volunteers, university staff, and the students who supported our campaign. Together, we proved that small efforts can create meaningful change.